3. We are grateful guys. We are grateful guys. We are grateful. We are grateful guys. We are grateful guys. We are grateful guys. We are grateful. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
It's been a while. Feels good to be back.
Has been a while.
It's been.
I mean,
2
we
weeks.
had an aborted Grateful Guys episode last week, a week ago today, sort of.
It was on the chopping block.
What do you mean an aborted one?
Well, we did the movie review show.
It's
That-
like a cousin of this show.
Yeah. Well, all I'm saying is people may or may not ever hear any content.
Oh, because
Bart,
you haven't done anything with
I'll
it.
send you the files.
Just send me the file, because you know I got all the time in the world to work on that
Hey Bart, when did you get the file that I recorded?
immediately
Yeah.
before I left the apartment.
Yeah.
I can't apologize for having a phone that's so jammed up with content I can't send files out immediately.
Just gotta dump some stuff off there.
I did today successfully.
Nice
I'm
job.
happy.
Yeah, we're in there dumping the whole time you were gone.
Yep.
Well, listen, guys. This is Kent. My turn to host.
This is Bart.
Welcome, Bart. Welcome, Kurt.
Thank you.
Thanks for showing up last week, Kent.
Hey, no problem. So here's the deal. Once again, I didn't prepare anything. Just winging it. I realize that's just my thing.
That's your style of content. No content.
I realize it kind of stems back to like school. Like I never needed to do homework or really study. Just kinda-
Needed to or wanted to?
Well, both. I just didn't do it.
Right.
But I was able to coast through, no problem. So I never developed that work ethic of doing things at home. Don't get me wrong, I'm a hard worker.
Mm-hmm.
I go to work, I punch in, I get the job done. I go home, I don't do anything.
Well, you shouldn't look at this as work. We talked about work a couple weeks ago. This isn't work.
Well, sometimes it feels like it. It feels like a second job sometimes.
But if you're not doing anything, then how are you working? I mean, you
Well,
said
no, I feel like in the back of my mind, I know I have work to do, and I'm not doing it. It's a second job I'm not good at.
You're
What would you rather do? Produce Grateful Guys or produce soup?
Soup pays better.
It shouldn't be about the money, that's what I mean. It's not about the work.
Hey, I'm here. And I prepared a few things just now when you guys were dumping photos. I wrote a few things down.
Well, I should let you know, you may have coasted through high school with a few good grades here and there.
a few great grades.
A few great grades, a few great grades here and there. But you know what? You haven't gotten grades from Bart and I yet. You don't know. You might be failing. You want to look at it that way. You think you show up to class. You think Professor DeLauro's going to be cool with that?
There's nothing at stake for Kent. He doesn't care what kind of grades we give him. I mean, Kent's modus operandi is to just give people what he thinks they want.
But that's not true because he's not giving me what I want, which is a little preparation for the show. A little foresight.
Let me finish.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Give people what they want unless there's nothing at stake. Unless he has no reason to give people what they want.
Yeah, if you guys give me a reason.
The reason is Grateful Guys.
Yeah, and like
This
I
is-
said, I'm happy to be here. I enjoy my time with you guys.
Well, I mean, Ken, what did we come to the conclusion of when we talked about work? Bart asked us if we go to work and we work really hard, is it noticed? And we said no.
Well, you said no. I don't think I got that question.
And then I said for myself, guys.
Yeah, I mean...
So you just don't care about
Well, no, that's... You guys aren't really listening to me. I prepared a little bit of content.
I'm actually not listening to you. I'm trying to think of the next thing I'm gonna say.
Yeah, classic DeLauro. Just waiting for his turn to tark.
So what do you have prepared?
Okay, we're all getting older.
Okay.
Anything you scared about? Not like dying. Like everyone's scared of dying a little bit, but I mean like something that happens as you get older that you really don't want to deal with.
I got this ache in my shoulder that I've just been. You may have noticed that I've been working on it a little bit just while I'm sitting here.
You can get some icy hot.
I should do something, but I don't. I'm just getting to that age where the stuff starts happening with some regularity, and
Creaky.
Never in my life have I needed to have icy hot on hand for things like this. But now I'm thinking, I'm gonna have to be the kind of guy who has icy hot around.
Probably get some Epsom salts and take some baths.
Yeah.
Soak in that.
How does that work?
You draw a bath and put some Epsom salts in there, and then you sit in that.
Yeah, I think you
Pretty
should just
straightforward.
touch your body. I mean, the power of healing is in the touch.
Unless it's Reiki.
Sure.
But then the energy is touching you, so there's
But
still
here's the
contact.
thing. Kurt's saying that the touch is the power's in the touch. You can never actually touch anything.
True.
You feel the sensation of touch, but like, I'm not really touching you right now.
I'm feeling your electrons.
Pushing against your electrons.
Right.
Wrap your noodle around that one.
Yeah, but our electrons are touching, and maybe they're intermingling, and
Not
maybe
touching.
that's
They're pushing
the-
against. They're
No,
pushing
but-
against each other.
As I get older, I'm freaked out that my electrons are gonna lose their potency.
And you're just gonna fall apart.
I'm gonna slowly start to actually touch everything. And that sounds pretty. It doesn't sound good because then, as I get older, my immune system gets a little worse. And I start to get maybe sick a little bit easier.
You gotta worry about your health.
And then maybe my hands get a little dirty. And I can't. I can't eat I can't eat without. I gotta wash my hands, but I can't afford soap.
And if you're just shooting these electrons off in the atmosphere and not getting any of them back, I mean, you walk into a room where a television's playing, and that television's, it's going to be all fuzzy. Like, you won't even be able to watch what's on the screen.
That sounds terrible.
I don't want to die alone.
So we had a few entries in the code book that we discussed last week, but Kent wasn't here to write them down.
Oh,
Should
you
I bring
guys
those
know?
up
Well then,
before?
Well then, let's be honest. Those aren't rules then.
No, we said we'll bring them up next week when
Oh, okay.
Kent's here.
Go ahead.
Do you remember? I remember the first one.
Go ahead.
Kent, you gotta always be prepared. Specifically,
no.
It's a Kent.
No
it's
rule.
Well, we gotta put
You
a
can't
vote
have.
to
You
it.
can't have
Put a vote
rules
to it.
that.
Okay.
No,
Rule number 1: Kent must always be prepared.
Well, that, technically.
All
that-
those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those not in favor say nay. Abstention. That rule goes.
Yeah. That one I definitely
Wait a second.
remember.
Who's running this show?
It was a vote, Kent.
Yeah, I just feel like you guys are just stepping all over me.
No,
I-
that's a Chinese democracy.
All right. Anyways, I always have to. Now, what do you mean by prepared?
Yeah.
Like I just have to show up? Easy.
I mean, is
Have a
this?
shirt on? Not so easy. Sometimes I like to pop that shirt off when I get home from work. Just hang out with no shirt on.
I mean, I'm fine with that. I just, maybe do a little research on the internet about what you want to talk about for the episode.
Yeah. If you come here with no shirt on, but a bunch of audio files for us to listen to, I would say that you're more than adequately prepared.
Like somebody who is really into records and nice sound systems, bring them with me and you listen to them.
Yes. No, I meant files with an F, not a PH.
Okay, alright. Any other files with a PH that you'd like me to bring by? You got your Anglophile, Greg. You bring him by. You got your pedophile, Greg. I could bring him by. That's all the files I know.
I like
Yeah.
bastard files to sharpen some tools with. I don't know if they're
That's probably with an F though, not a PH.
correct.
Some X files.
Also with an F. But I bring.
No, I mean people who really like X-rated movies.
Oh, alright. Kurt.
So we've always got an X file here on Grateful Guys.
Yeah, sure.
All right, here's the other rule.
Oh yeah, what was the other rule that you guys are just gonna both vote?
This
2 to nothing again, and like all these. Let me just.
Do we need unanimity?
I'm just saying, like at this point, these are just rules that you guys make, and you both vote. We need. Whatever, guys. What's the other rule you came up with that you're gonna force on me?
No, this one, there's going to be some unanimity about it. Don't be hateful, be grateful. Can we all agree on that one?
All in favor of one of the episode code rules being don't be hateful, be grateful, say aye?
Aye.
I mean, if you choose to not vote, if you choose to abstain,
Well, I'm just realizing that this whole democracy we have is a lot like how I feel about our democracy as a country. If I vote or if I don't vote, it doesn't matter. It's
All
not
right.
gonna make a difference.
go ahead.
All right. Any one of us has veto power. Let's make that a rule. That okay, code number 6. That if any one of us doesn't like a rule in the code book, we have the power to veto it.
Then what's the point of the code book then? Because I could just veto all these rules and we're back to square one.
Yeah, but this is we're
You
trying.
can veto one. You pick one.
You get
rule.
one veto an episode.
No, it's no. This is not. This is grateful guys, not grateful individuals who each want individual things. We're working towards a common goal here. So I feel like if one of us doesn't like something, then none of us like it.
Okay.
Okay, so if you don't like a rule, you can veto. Okay.
Should we vote on that one?
Yes.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. All
Aye.
not in favor, say nay.
There's a
So
rule.
an abstention is not a veto.
No, I didn't veto that.
Okay. So it stands, even though Kurt doesn't agree with it, he isn't vetoing it.
No, technically it passed.
All right.
Yeah, it's written down.
It's not that I don't. It's not that I don't agree with it. It's that I still don't technically understand it.
It's like only veto one if you really don't, if you really are against it. Don't abuse the veto. That's what you're saying.
What's important here is that I don't want to be following all these rules and have Kent over here resenting me the whole time because I'm obeying all these rules. Like if one of these rules makes you unhappy, Kent, just say it and we will scratch it out of the notebook immediately.
True. It's
immediately.
true. I mean, we came up with 2 rules when you weren't here. Because you weren't here. Because you didn't want to be here.
No, that's not true.
Well, not how it sounded when you came in.
I had other stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
There was another rule, but
Sorry.
Kurt already vetoed it by his behavior before we started recording, and that was no substance use before recording.
Yeah, I had a drink.
He was a real drinker.
So
what?
I wouldn't even bring that one up.
So what? You know, it's America's Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you want to drink, like I got some ciders in the other room. I might have crack one open on the air. What are you gonna do about it?
Ask you for one.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's like crack a brew, hanging with my dudes.
Exactly. What's that, Bart?
All I was saying was you're closing notebook like you're moving on to the next subject, but I don't think we ever dealt with the first question you asked, and I can't even remember what.
Oh, what are you scared of as you get older?
Oh yeah.
Well, I realize mine's kind of vain. Like you're worried about like actual like body issues, like you're falling apart. You're an old creaky man.
Mm-hmm.
Kurt's worried about.
My mom's
whatever.
gonna die.
Kurt's worried about that.
And she got cut for you.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just worried about losing my hair, you guys. That's all.
You've gotten this far with a pretty full head of hair.
Yeah, and you've got like the rest of your life to lose it. It's not like it's gonna happen all at once.
Who's to say? But that's why I didn't want to talk about it, because it just makes me sound like a vain person. Ooh, interesting fact about being vain. My buddy Brad was telling me he does a lot of research on the internet, figured it out. Brad can write stuff for me to talk about from now on. Anyways, men on average every day look in the mirror more often than women. It's like 20 times a day for men, like 15 times a day for women. And when men look in the mirror, they're admiring what they see, whereas women are just seeing everything they hate about themselves.
I don't believe the number, but I believe that there's probably more self deprecation when a woman looks in the mirror than a man. Like, I mean, not to talk shit about women, but they do. They tend to have inferiority complexes and
Not to
think
talk
they're not
shit
as,
about women, but they're inferior.
No,
I see where you're going.
I'm saying that there's a lot of that I know a lot of women whose egos could use a real boosting.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. It's fucking sad.
Mm-hmm.
I think lower the number of mirrors in our world today. We don't need more.
But how are you gonna know how you look?
Maybe they should make men only mirrors.
Yeah.
So when a woman looks in it, she can't even see herself.
You think we have the technology?
Oh yeah.
Easily.
Be like Minority Report, you guys. That's a cool movie, right?
Yeah. I don't remember though.
Lots of cool technology.
There was a bald woman in that.
A couple of bald women.
Yeah, and you were worried about going bald.
Yeah, but I feel like they were bald by choice.
No, they're like psychic and they were shaved so that they could put electrodes on their head or something, right?
Exactly, so they were bald by choice. They were shaving.
It's bald by somebody else's choice.
So be it.
And like Bruce Willis is like your number one.
Not anymore, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
And there are other cool bald people. Jason Statham, you like Jason Statham?
He's cool, I guess. Mr. Clean. Yeah, cool dude. That's why I didn't want to talk about this, you guys.
Well, that's why I think we should talk about it, because it's clearly making you uncomfortable. And rule number 7, Grateful Guys. Oh, you can't play 2 songs at once, huh?
Well, you can, but it just sounds terrible. Now rule number 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if anything comes up that somebody's uncomfortable about talking about, we should talk about it.
Okay.
All in favor of that idea. All in favor of that rule. Say aye.
Aye.
I'm totally into it because
That's unanimous.
who gets uncomfortable more than anybody here?
Me.
Yeah. So I'm gonna make Bart so uncomfortable.
I might veto this one later.
Go.
Maybe right when I'm put on the spot and feeling really uncomfortable.
Listen, the code is not about like a deck of resentment cards for us. We're not setting rules to like use against each other in the future. For example, when we said, Kent, you gotta always be prepared, that's for your own good. That's not resentment.
Okay. What do you guys know what's good for me?
Okay.
We know you pretty well. We've spent a lot of time with you. And a lot of people look in the mirror and all they see is that pretty man staring back at them, and they're not seeing deep into their soul the way their friends can see into their soul.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I know about vanity, which is that there's no culture in the world that accepts it as a thing that's good. No culture ever has said it's good to be vain. Every culture frowns upon it. And so ultimately, deep down, everybody knows it's unacceptable to be vain. So, when you do it, you're just looking for the benefits. And you don't want people to call you out on being vain. You just want to feel good. You want to admire.
I can think of a revolution that was all about vanity, and that was Prince in the Revolution.
I love vanity. You guys ever seen a little movie with her in it?
That one with the ape? Or is that Apollonia?
That's Apollonia.
Yeah.
I've seen two with Vanity. I'll tell you the first one that you're thinking, Last Dragon.
Well, that's one of the ones I was thinking of.
Action Jackson.
Yeah!
Yeah.
They're both good.
Yeah.
I can think of one.
Okay.
Purple Rain, or is that Apollonia?
That's Prince for sure.
Well, you guys, how was your week? I haven't seen you guys in about a week.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Been to a few birthday parties.
Kid birthday parties.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just coming from one now.
This guy's just coming from one now, dude. Wait, let me rephrase that. This guy's just coming from one right now, dog.
I like good choice. What are those like for an adult? Kind of boring? Is it like kids running around and then you're like over there
Yeah, they're
chatting
terrible.
with the other parents?
They're terrible having to talk to those other parents. They're really terrible. Actually, the best kid birthday party I ever went to was yesterday because I went, dropped my kid off, and left. They encouraged the parents to leave.
Nice.
That was a good kid birthday party.
You ever got your face painted at one?
I don't think so. I was never the kind of kid who would want to go to the face painting booth at a carnival or anything. So even if I could have at a party, I probably wouldn't have.
What was your favorite birthday party growing up?
13th.
Well, why? I mean,
It's the one where I became a man.
Oh, wait.
you?
Yeah, I'm a man. I've been a man for what?
I guess 27 years.
28 years. 27 years. 28
So you had a bar mitzvah?
I had a birthday. I turned 13.
I remember when I turned 13, pretty much all the light in my imagination just dwindled down and the darkness started to kind of creep in like a really long tunnel. It's been a long journey. It's been a really long journey, guys.
Tell us more.
Or just listen to what the birds are saying right now.
I don't know.
I don't know why you say you became a man at 13. You became a teenager.
I crossed the threshold from childhood to adulthood.
What was that like?
It was sexy.
For me, it was dark. There were sexual feelings involved, but that's because I was popping boners left and right as a 13-year-old. I didn't know what to do with them.
They should pop straight. Yours are popping left and right?
Again, it was a dark time.
Did you get that checked out?
That was fine.
Did you let any girls check that out?
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's great. I was 12, and girls, I just thought they had cooties or whatever you think when you're 12 years old.
And then
I turned
magically,
13,
boom.
started making out with girls. It was great.
Nice.
What's wrong with that?
You're
That's
a man.
not darkness. That's lightness.
Sure.
Making out with 13-year-old girls is cool.
Yeah, I may have lost a big chunk of my that imagination that comes with childhood that I've been trying to recapture ever since. But boners and making out with chicks, it's great.
Do you guys ever zone out while you're driving?
Oh yeah.
And then, well, no.
Oh,
But then specifically think about, what if I got into an accident right now? And I died. Who would care?
I'm driving. Wait, whose car?
You're driving.
driving my car.
You're driving your car, you're all alone, you're zoning out, and then you think like, oh man, what if a deer ran in front of me and I had to slam on the brakes and the car rolled like 8 times and then I get rushed to the hospital and like,
Well, so
who's
you
gonna
drive-
show up at the hospital?
You drive in an area that's got deer.
Or not.
Okay.
A deer can show up from anywhere,
Anytime.
especially then.
Well, what about then? What time of day is this?
Yeah, I mean, if you drive around dusk, you're more likely to zone out and hit a deer. So if you don't have any loved ones who will show up at the hospital, then don't drive that time of day. That's what I.
And do you worry about what's in your car too? Sometimes, like what if I get into an accident? Is there stuff that's in my car that shouldn't be in my car?
So wait, I'm driving your car now?
Or your car? Like, you got anything in your car that you don't want people to see?
Yeah, I mean, what if somebody looks at the songs that are on my iPod that I have in the car?
Yeah, and they'll judge
That could
you.
be kind of embarrassing. I might have some Katy Perry on there.
I got some trash in there. I'd be embarrassed about all this junk food I ate.
You got some Legos.
For executives.
So they look like briefcases?
No, they were. I found these Legos. Come to think of it, and
I just picture Don Draper at his desk with this little baggie full of Legos.
yeah, that's exactly it. Because Samsonite, the folding luggage and the folding chair and luggage.
They make a nice briefcase too.
They do.
My dad had a Samsonite briefcase.
Yeah, gorillas can beat the shit out of those things, and they're still fine.
What about chimpanzees?
Those two.
Orangutans?
Any kind of ape. I mean, I wouldn't. Clawed creatures, I wouldn't let that near your Samsonite luggage. Hooved creatures, maybe not. But, humanoid type creatures with, with
Hands,
opposable thumbs.
feet. Monkeys don't have those.
Isn't it kind
They
of
don't?
funny how when guys have their hair, long hair, and they tie it up in the back, they call it a ponytail. Shouldn't it be a horsetail?
Or a human tail.
Isn't that kind of strange?
Yeah,
Isn't that
but
kind of weird?
it's a little weird. I mean,
Yeah.
it
but
sounds nicer.
A pony's smaller, and a human head is fairly small.
Yeah, so
the
to
back
have
of your
a
head
horse tail.
looks more like a pony's ass than a horse's ass.
Well, pony's been around since horses always.
Yeah, the baby horses.
Well, they were a lot bigger first, and then they got smaller, right?
Right. So at one point, ponytails probably weren't called ponytails as horses were.
Well, as humans evolved, ponies evolved. So when humans used to have backs of heads that looked like horses' asses if they had horse tails, then as humanity evolved, they became ponytails.
What you're saying right now, that's if we agree with evolution part.
I agree with evolution.
I just think anybody that has long hair, we should just call it horsehair from now on. Dog.
What do you have opposing theories to evolution that you're?
No, I'm
you're
just saying.
into,
No. Well, intelligent design is kind of interesting to think about sometimes. I don't really believe in it, but
Well, if you look at the fucking idiots who believe it, then there's really no reason
whoa.
to.
What is this, CNN all of a sudden?
All I'm saying is, look at these people who are into intelligent design, and there you have it. Obviously, they haven't evolved from anything.
You guys and your politics, I've heard enough. I just want to talk about horsehairs and ponytails.
I think
What about a ponytail on the front of your face, like you got going with that beard of yours?
Horsehair.
it feels like horsehair.
It's part of the horsehair.
Touch it.
Cat tongue.
It's rough.
I thought
like a
maybe
horse.
if I rubbed it hard enough that the mic would pick it up, but it didn't.
I'd still appreciate.
Yeah, I can hear that. That was Kent's beard.
Mm-hmm.
He's got kind of a horse's ass beard on the front of his face too.
Horsehair. You look like a horse.
I got a brush for it, like a horse brush too. You ever seen movies where people brush their horses?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing.
Usually teenage girls are in those movies.
Yeah.
That's probably why you like those, right?
I wasn't the one talking about making out with 13-year-old girls.
Hey.
When I was 13,
I hate
yeah.
teenage.
and some of those were like 14 and 15.
Oh.
I hear this guy's big time in us. I hear teenagers. Here I was pretty depressed when I became a teen.
The tunnel just descended on you.
And let me tell you, I had a horse with no name.
It was like that coffin that you'll end up in at the end of your life was showing up like right towards the start of your life.
I've just been working on it one nail at a time.
How many you got left?
Not many, my friend.
Nice. Nice dog.
How many nails does a coffin take?
Like 13, 14.
I'll tell you, can't take too many more.
Were there any other rules for the code book that we were discussing? I thought there was. Wasn't there?
I think we got enough, you guys. We got 7 rules.
good?
That's a
Or for today.
both.
So you put down "Don't be hateful, be grateful,"
Yeah.
right? And we all agreed on that one.
Nah.
But did you put down the hashtag version, which is hashtag grateful, not hateful?
I refuse to write that.
Well, if we vote on it,
I will veto that one.
that's your one. That's what.
No, I can veto as many as I want. I literally hate that one.
Okay.
Well, me and Kurt really liked it last week, but I guess that's okay if you hate it.
Thanks for your permission to feel the way I feel.
So
I'm
what
sorry,
else you
guys,
got,
I feel
Ken?
like-
What else you got? What else you got? What else you got? What else you got?
I had a nice week. I had a great lunch with this wonderful older couple who I've decided to be like my new grandparents because all my grandparents are dead. And they're very sweet people, and I went over there and had a nice lunch. And,
I heard something about tuna salad.
yep, tuna salad, egg salad.
What?
Tuna and egg salad on a bed of lettuce with some cheese on the side, some crackers.
Yeah, yeah.
It's nice. White wine.
Whoa, what time of day?
Noon.
You took your car?
Yeah.
Oh.
But you know, there's nothing I hate more than going into some old people's houses and having it smell like tuna salad.
It was a very fresh tuna salad. Didn't really have too much of a stench.
They hadn't left it sitting around for very long.
I think she mixed it up literally right before I got there.
Huh.
It was a wonderful time. I'm not trying to rub it in, but
I like a little curry in my
No,
in my
Ken,
tuna.
it's okay. I don't care.
you like the little curry?
A little curry in my tuna.
I like to put pickle juice in mine.
Really?
I don't really.
Or are you just saying that?
I don't really fucking care about anything.
No, mayonnaise, minced celery and red onion, tuna, high quality tuna, solid white albacore. None of that chunk light.
I sat in the parking lot.
Mayonnaise,
I sat in the
pickle juice, a little salt and pepper.
You know, I've been doing recently a little sriracha in my tuna salad.
You like it,
It's
so you
good.
like some spice.
Yeah.
I sat in the parking lot.
But
for 50
anyways,
minutes doing nothing.
chicken salad is a real question.
I like chicken salad, but I don't like when I get like chunks of gristle.
Oh no, all white meat.
I was gonna get
But
along.
you put tarragon in there.
From the
That's the
bank.
key.
Tarragon's
Lightens
good.
it up.
I'm not a big rosemary fan. I don't like
I sat-
rosemary
I
that
sat-
much.
It's
that
too
parking lot by
crunchy. It's
myself.
only really good if you cook
About
it in the
50
oven.
minutes.
Like lemon rosemary chicken roasted in the oven. That
and I
those
sat
rosemary
there
needles.
until the bank closed.
I had an old girlfriend who used to make chicken pot pie, and she always put rosemary in it.
So I couldn't get the loan.
I got kind of tired of.
I didn't get the
rosemary.
loan. I couldn't get what I wanted.
How often did she make chicken pot pie?
It was like a weekly thing, and I
was
mean,
sad. That
I
was
used
on-
to
that
get
was on-
excited for it, but I realized at a certain point I just had too much of the chicken pot pie.
Yeah,
was
when I
on
was a kid,
Saturday.
every weekend, this is how my parents grocery shop. My mom would sit down and she would make a menu
You know, I got in a
Monday
fight with
through
my
Sunday,
girlfriend.
and like she would like plan what we were having for dinner every
Yeah,
single
my
night,
brother.
so I would know
I
like
don't
what
know
we
where
were
my
having.
brother is.
Oh, that's. I don't.
Which is
I
cool.
wouldn't like that. I like a little surprise.
I like I fly by the seat of
He
my
called
pants.
my mom.
I
He
never
fucking
know
called
what
my mom
I never-
crying.
I never know what I'm having for dinner each night. Sometimes I plan like a day ahead or something like that. But like growing up, I always knew. Oh, this Thursday spaghetti and meatballs.
And then the fucking
Friday
asshole,
meatball.
the fucking asshole hung up on me, man.
My son's school, they send home a menu what
For
they're
the
going to
whole
have
month,
it.
right?
Yeah, for the whole month, what
Yeah.
they're going to have at school. And I never look at that. I don't want to know.
That's
I'll ask my son at the end of the day,
What did
what'd
he
you
have
have?
for
What'd you have
lunch?
for lunch? But I do not want to know ahead of time what he's
But-
going to have.
I sent him
Does
a text
sometimes-
that
does
said,
sometimes-
"Not cool, bro."
Just sometimes he
Sometimes.
tell you a different lunch than's on the calendar, and then you call him up for being a liar.
He never called me back.
No, because I've had lunch with my son at his school, and sometimes it's
And my
pizza day,
girlfriend,
but they
that's-
run out of pizza, so there's like all of a sudden there are like fish nuggets.
They give you
instead.
bread with a little sauce.
She doesn't even want to talk to me.
No, it's just like something not on the menu that because they ran out.
My dad never tells me he loves me on the phone.
Neither does my dad.
Mine does.
Fucking big time in us again.
All I'm saying is I have a more sensitive dad than either of you.
Oh, really?
If that's big time, I mean, some kids might probably made fun of me when I was a kid because I had a pussy dad.
I
He was
don't-
all sensitive.
I don't really know if my dad knows I exist. Sometimes,
Does he ever call you up just to chat?
two times in my life.
That's 2 more than my dad.
What did he want to talk about those 2 times? Like, what did you end up talking about with your dad those 2 times he called you just to chat?
Work.
I have this note here to talk about Jesus' big dick, and another note here says, say the phrase, it started out as a vagina. I'm trying to work those 2 things into the same topic of conversation.
Whoa, I got it.
Okay.
How was
Jesus'
Jesus-
big dick
how was
started out
Jesus-
as a vagina.
How was Jesus born?
Jesus was born from
Right.
a vagina.
Right. And then into a big dick. Because he's hung like this. Remember, I told you.
Yeah, no, I know. I remember that joke.
Bart didn't like it.
I don't know why.
I liked it enough to make a note about Jesus' big dick here.
It's a big joke. It's a
But
joke.
I think you had that note before Kurt told that joke. I just think you like to
It's a popular joke with the guys that I work with.
gets laughs every time.
Well, the second time doesn't. When I tell it the second time, it doesn't.
What was your favorite dish? Speaking of all I'm thinking about is my mom grocery shopping, and her whole menu planning and knowing ahead of time what's for dinner.
Well, was she Hannaford or Shaw's girl?
I grew up in Bath, so Shaw's in Bath.
Mm-hmm.
But what was the favorite thing your mom cooked?
Was Shaw's in Bath a lot different when you were growing up than it is now?
About the same.
Was it in the same spot?
Yeah.
Because Shaw's in Brunswick is bounced all over the place.
Shaw's in Bath. Always in the Bath shopping center.
No, I'm
I mean, it's
talking-
gone through some remodeling though,
I'm
right?
sure they've improved.
Is it larger than it used to be?
I don't know.
Shaw's
Seemed smaller to me, but I was used to be smaller, so everything seemed bigger.
Right.
Shaw's in Brunswick was in Old Bookland for a while. Or next
Was
to
it?
Yeah. Yep. And then it moved over to that Cook's Corner Mall. What's that one called, Ken?
Merry Meeting Plaza.
Merry Meeting Plaza, thank you.
Now it's the only thing left there, right?
But
Pretty much.
even still, it moved over to the service merchandise parking side.
Mm-hmm.
So it moved twice in that very building. I can't even believe it.
You remember service merchandise? You used to walk into that store and they'd hand you a catalog.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember your stuff coming out on the conveyor belt.
The layaway?
The way it was set. I mean, they had some stuff on the shelves that you just bring to a register, but for the most part, like you said, I want this, and then you would pay for it, and then you would sit there and wait for it to come on a conveyor belt from out back.
Yeah, it's like it's like Amazon only in a box store.
Yeah. Pretty cool. I got some good stuff there as a kid. I like doing work outside. But you guys
I used to
got
buy all
that
my
question?
jewelry there.
You wore a lot of jewelry growing up?
Enough.
How much is enough?
I don't know, less than I wear now.
Kurt, quick guess.
But I was smaller.
What kind of jewelry did Bart wear?
Necklaces.
I'm saying rings.
Oh, both. I mean,
That's. I didn't know that.
it was. I
I
mean,
mean,
I
I
grew up in
different
Albany,
time
New
period.
York, and there's it's.
Here we go.
No. All I'm saying is that there's a lot of clickiness there. There's a bunch of social strata. You gotta if you want any kind of social mobility in Albany, New York, growing up in Albany, New York, you gotta get yourself jewelry.
Yeah, we get it. We all get it. New York's a character. Okay, we see it time again on TV. Seinfeld.
Yeah, New York was a character in that show.
Mm-hmm.
mad about you.
It was, but there's sort of
Sex
a
and the
universe. There's sort of a universality to New York, wouldn't you say? It's like the whole world is like, or like New York City is the whole world, the whole country in a microcosm.
A microcosm of the whole country.
It's like you take
Almost the whole
you
world.
take everything,
Yeah.
put it in a blender,
Yeah.
you blend it all up,
Yeah.
dump it out.
Yeah.
Little island,
Yeah.
down on the east coast of
Uh-huh.
the United States.
Yeah.
Like halfway up,
Uh-huh.
New York City.
Yeah, I think that's what the founding fathers had in mind when they designed the country.
Is there a new New York?
Isn't that what they called it in Escape from New York?
You know, Futuramas.
Oh right.
But anyway,
I knew
you
there
guys
was-
are dodging my question.
What was
I'm
it?
trying to do content here. I'm trying to ask you questions, and you're not answering them.
I'm sorry.
I was so busy talking about my own stuff and thinking about what I was going to say next that I didn't hear your question.
No, I got a
What's your-
little.
What's your favorite thing your mom ever cooked growing up? Like her signature dish that you just couldn't get enough of.
Oh.
When my birthday rolled around, I always ask for the boneless fried chicken with like the crust, because that's what I liked. She made it great.
Okay.
My turn.
Yeah, dog.
I also really like south of the border pizza, which was made with Bisquick. We used to call it SOB pizza.
All right, yeah.
And you put
Some refried beans?
and
Like a taco,
ground beef
like a
and
taco on
taco
a biscuit
sauce
crust.
and Bisquick. You pour the Bisquick and then like the cornmeal, and then you just put it in the oven. It's like just a big mass of yuck, and you put it in the oven, and it comes out. It's got a cornmeal Bisquick crust. Delicious.
I used to eat pizza a lot, and then when my IBS started to act up, I kind of had to stop.
I thought we weren't. Wasn't a rule no butt stuff?
No, we vetoed that one.
Oh God. 'cause
We all vetoed.
oh
that.
man, I almost made a preparation H joke earlier, but I said no butt stuff.
You should.
Well, now that you've had a little preparation to make the preparation H joke, why don't you make
That's
it?
where the joke was from, Bart. God. I'm not here to make jokes, anyways. I'm here to work. It's a job. Kurt, what did your mom make for food that you like?
My mom?
Yeah.
He already said the pizza and then his butt stuff.
No, he likes to eat pizza. But he just was talking. You were talking about pizza, and he.
My
was like,
mom's
"Oh, I
pizza sucked,
Yeah.
but she did make. Well, she made English muffin pizzas. that
Oh,
are
my mom made those too.
Real good. But honestly, probably, well, I'd say top 5 favorite meals is
I don't need that many.
pork. What are they called?
Tenderloins?
It's the other pork thing.
Pork chops.
Come on, dog. What is it?
Pork
pork
tenders?
Pork chops. That's it.
Those are good.
I like pork chops, mashed potatoes and peas, please.
Okay. My mom makes these things called porcupines. It's
Yeah.
like meatloaf, but and more like a big meatball, I guess. But you put rice inside the meat, so and then you bake them in like this tomato sauce. So then, like on the inside of the meatball, there's some nice cooked rice, but on the outside, the rice that was sticking out is all crispy, and it looks like a little porcupine. They're good. That's not my favorite thing she made, but I
It's a
wanted
cool
to talk
thing.
about them. They're pretty cool.
We're coming up to the end of the show here,
Oh,
Ken.
whoa.
So if you have anything that's on that tiny list of yours that you need to,
Nah,
there.
Nah, I got it all.
better do it now.
Man. Oh, what does that say?
You use your cowpoke.
No, I got it all, guys. I mean, it feels good to be back.
It is. It was like the
back.
first regular episode we've had.
In like 3 weeks,
No, I mean this is the first one.
ever. Let's just start fresh, you guys.
Together? Or
Next
like
week we'll
individuals?
pretend like Ken has come prepared every time, and we'll just start with
Yeah.
with that in mind.
Yeah, I'll put some work in. I'll do some research. I'll pour over the data, and you won't even recognize me next time I host you guys.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah, you're gonna say like, "Who's this guy?" Looks like Ken. You got a horse face on his horsehair on his face like Kent.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't bring any candy this week. You always bring candy.
No, that stopped after the first time I hosted you guys.
No, I mean for yourself to chew on.
Yeah.
No, you definitely stopped bringing candy for us. But you up until now, you've always had candy for yourself.
Yeah, and sometimes I leave my candy here and you guys eat it without my permission.
Because we like to see you eating your candy.
No, but you guys ate my candy.
Because
I won't
we had
forget
no
that.
other choice. We thought we ate it so we could smell it just under our horsehair mustache. And
Oh, so
remember
it reminded me of you.
Yeah. It was supposed to be nice.
Well, do you guys have anything you want to talk about real quick before we end? Anything that's, anything that's just under the surface?
All I want to say is, Kurt, I hope you start feeling better real soon.
Thanks, Bart.
Sounds like you got a lot of stuff going on.
Was he talking about
I was
stuff?
gonna say, you guys sound like you know how to make a lot of great recipe dishes, and you know a lot about food that you ate growing up, and it's really dark. It's only getting darker. I'll be here for the next episode, but I don't want you to.
Okay, that's enough time.
Grateful guys, we are grateful.